Okay. Revolutionary greetings to you, fellow comrades of the press. We welcome you here. It's going to be a short presser where we are going to give a position, or rather our reaction, following the Supreme Court judgment. So with me, it's Joanna Mamobel, Secretary for Police. My name is Tendai Biti, the youth chairperson of the MDC Alliance. And also have Comrade Ostalo Siziva, the Secretary General for the MDC Alliance. So with us, we have the Vice President of the party MDC Alliance. Is going to take us through our reactions following the Supreme Court judgment that has just been handed over today. Honorable Vice President, Honorable Tendai Biti, over to you.
Well, good afternoon, compatriots and members of the Fourth Estate. We welcome your presence here. It is regrettable that, as you saw, the police barred us from attending and having this little presser at our party head office, Morgan Changirai House. We are MDC Alliance. We contested the 30th of July 2018 election as the MDC Alliance, which was an alliance of 7 political parties and whose president and leader was Advocate Nelson Chamisa. In that election, Advocate Nelson Chamisa received 2.6 million votes. He won the popular vote in this country. The MDC Alliance, between the 24th to the 26th of May 2019, held its Congress in Gweru, Midlands, Zimbabwe. At that Congress, Advocate Nelson Chamisa was unanimously elected as the president and undisputed leader of the MDC Alliance. And some of us, Professor Watchman Nube, Honorable Lynette Kareni Kore, Honorable Tendai Biti, were elected as vice presidents. Honorable Tabita Kumalo, Honorable Job Scala were elected as chairperson and vice chairperson, respectively. Honorable Charlton Wende was elected the Secretary General at that Congress. Honorable Senator David Coltart was elected the Treasurer of the MDC Alliance. And some of the colleagues I'm sitting with here, Gifty Siziba Ostalos on my left and Obeistole on my right, was elected as the President, Secretary General and President of the Youth Assembly, respectively. So we are a universitas, we are a body corporate that finds its existence arising out of the alliance of 7 political parties. The MDC Alliance was not party to the legal proceedings whose judgment was handed down today. We were not part of that. We had nothing to do with it. And therefore, we are going to have our Congress in 24 in terms of our own constitution. We have members of parliament that are sitting in parliament. Those members of parliament were elected on the ticket of the MDC Alliance. We have mayors, we have councillors who were elected on the ticket of the MDC Alliance. Those that are affected by the judgment will proceed with the judgment. But we in the MDC Alliance, we have nothing to do with that judgment. We have our leader, we have our Congress, and we are going to proceed with our next Congress in 2024. We find it ironic that some of the parties that were mentioned in that judgment were in fact parties who had their own political parties who contested against us. For instance, Thokozani Kupe. So we will not be deterred, we will remain united, and we will respect the outcome of the people in the July 2018 election and the May 2019 Congress in Gweru. I thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable VP. In case there are some follow-up questions that you might be having, we welcome probably 3 or 4.
A few questions.
So, yeah, there you go, comrade.
If I may ask, what is the implication of such a court ruling? In legally, what does this really mean against the MDC Alliance?
The MDC Alliance, as I keep on saying, was not party, was not a litigant to the dispute that, in respect of which judgment was handed down this afternoon. We were not party of that. So it doesn't affect us. It does not affect us. So we will read the judgment, study the judgment, and share of the judgment in our libraries. But it doesn't affect the MDC Alliance. The MDC Alliance was a creature of 7 political parties in 2017, 2018, signed onto by Mr. Changirai. And we contested the 2018 election, as everyone knows, under the ticket of the MDC Alliance. It is the one that owns members of parliament. It is the one that owns councillors and mayors. So this judgment cannot affect a party that was never cited in the proceedings. The MDC Alliance was never cited in the proceedings. We were not there.
If they say Coupe is the legitimate leader of whichever party it is, from a legal point of view, Honorable Biti, can you explain to us and Zimbabweans, we need to understand what does this really mean for Coupe legally? I know you cannot speak for her, but legally, how is this interpreted?
She's the president of the MDCT that participated in the 2018 election. She has 2 members of parliament. She has been participating in a bogus political process called Pollard. So she can't be imposed as leader of any other entity, certainly not the MDC Alliance. She was not in Gweru in May of 2019.
Right now, the MDC, is it MDC Alliance or is MDC? What is the...
We are MDC Alliance, led by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. He was elected unopposed at our Congress in May of 2019. The next time we're going to have a Congress, it will be in or around May of 2024.
Okay, so what message can you give to your supporters who might not understand this?
We are aware of state attempts to disturb our movement. Our movement elected its leadership in May of 2019. So we stand with Advocate Nelson Chamisa as our undisputed leader. We remain solid. We are aware of ZANU-PF. We are aware of authoritarianism and authoritarian consolidation. This is nothing new. The struggle continues. A luta continua.
Okay, I think we'll take last 2 questions. Comrade Ino, I think it's only one hand up now, so you will be the last person to ask a question.
Okay, I will just give my 2 questions. You have been barred from entry into your head offices. What is your way forward? Are you going to find other offices, or are you going to find your way in? And then the second one, some of the members who are in the structures of the MDC Alliance, we have seen them, actually they are the ones who have been giving out terms and nullifying everything else. What are you going to do with those members? That is my question.
Well, look, you know, the overzealous reaction of the police this afternoon can't have anything to do with any court judgment. The police and the state cannot arbitrate in differences between members of universities, of a voluntary club. The MDC Alliance is a voluntary association that met in Gweru in May of 2020 and elected the leaders that it elected. It is led by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. That is our leader. The actions of the police, we gave them the benefit of the doubt. There is COVID-19, there is Statutory Instrument 83 of 2020, which prevents people gathering. So we gave them the benefit of the doubt. If their actions are anything and any attempt to give legitimacy to someone who is not the leader of our party, who is not Nelson Chamisa, then we have to protect ourselves as MDC Alliance. We have to go to court. We have to exercise our right to demonstration codified in Section 59 of the Constitution peacefully and within the 4 corners of the rule of law. So we gave them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe their actions were motivated by SI 83 of 2020. Our members are very clear, and not just our members, the 2.6 million people who voted for Nelson Chamisa in 2018. We have one undisputed leader in this movement, and that's Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Those who don't agree with it, they are free to exercise their freedom of association and do their own thing, including their own congresses, as mentioned by that Supreme Court judgment, which has nothing to do at all with the MDC Alliance.
Okay. Sorry. Vice President Biti.
Last question.
This is the last question. What's your reaction to Mr. Komichi's approach to this issue?
I have no comment on Mr. Komichi. I didn't hear what he said, but a true member of the MDC understands that he is one commander, and that commander is Nelson Chamisa.
Okay, thank you so much, fellow comrades, for sparing your time to come and listen to our reactions following the Supreme Court judgment. We'll remain in touch. A luta continua.